So, you have a twin sister. Your thoughts have now betrayed her too.
Why did you say it?
Because that's how he says it.
Sister.
So, you have it. So, like, go watch it. That's what he said.
Yeah, I know.
He does say sister several times.
He just says it once.
Sister.
So, you have a twin sister. Your thoughts have now betrayed her too.
That's not how he says it.
Yes,
He does, he does.
I'm telling you.
I was just mistaken. I thought he said it multiple times.
He says sister twice.
You have a sister.
Oh.
Twin sister.
Just shut up.
Your thoughts have betrayed your sister. Too, sister. And your sister's thoughts have betrayed your sister.
Shut up, dude. Oh, hand can't even get up there now.
I can't play.
Oh.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Students of Gaming. We are back in Cloud City after that debacle.
It's bowcaster time.
Yeah, even though it has no additional power past the
Flame?
the blaster that Han has. Is that instant death?
Yes.
Probably.
No, it's not.
No, apparently not.
I don't
Whoa!
know. I've never fallen in love with this. So I wouldn't know.
Snow troopers on.
Nor are you a Wookiee?
Well, I've never played the game either, so.
So
Troopers, yeah.
Tone was having some
Yes.
interesting discussion about. We haven't really talked about Luke a ton.
We haven't?
I don't think so. But you have some strong thoughts about
I'd like
his
to hear
character.
Oh, I don't know. I guess, like, I didn't have... Before watching The Last Jedi, I didn't really have a dream of what should happen to this character. But I expected his character to remind me of the old Luke Skywalker, and I feel like the Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi is just not the same person as the Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi.
It's not.
And of course, I mean, yeah, so he had... It's been 30 years or whatever, and I guess that episode with his nephew really changed him. Well, I don't know, man. Do people's characters change that much? Like, were they completely different people?
I think it can, especially when you're dealing with it's like family matters, which is how I explain why his I have a few friends who've been like, oh, Luke would never have pulled his lightsaber. Well, yeah,
Okay,
Luke that wasn't dealing with his fucking nephew, that it was his sister's kid that he loved with all of his heart. That can make somebody act a little weird.
But then he became, like, suicidal after that sort of thing? I don't know, man. It's
I mean, it wasn't suicidal.
Suicidal.
He wanted to go and die, but he didn't want to kill himself. I
Well,
guess.
which he did in the end, right?
I wouldn't call that a suicide.
I mean, I guess he just
call it a
More like
I mean,
a martyr.
So yeah, like he was doing it. Well, I mean, martyrs. Well,
Okay, that's the right word. But okay,
he knew he was gonna die.
suicidal
So
may not be the
yeah,
right word, but he had no desire to live.
right.
Put it that way. And that's like there's nothing inspiring about that. There's nothing appealing about that. He's not a hero. I guess he does become a hero at the very end of the movie, but I don't know. It just to me, Luke Skywalker just wasn't appealing at all in The Last Jedi. People, this is why we like Star Wars. We like the idea of Jedi. We think they're cool. We aspire to be like them. And
Yeah.
I don't know, Luke
He just didn't
Skywalker.
seem very Jedi-like.
I don't want to be like Luke Skywalker.
He didn't want to be a Jedi though, so like he wouldn't be.
But he was a Jedi.
I just remember him in Return being so much more, calm and
in name
mindful.
only, because he cut himself off from the Force. The Jedi wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I suppose.
I just he's just not cool. There's nothing cool about him in that movie.
There is not. He is a very flawed character, which is
Grumpy old man.
fine. It's just to me it was more disappointing than like objectively bad.
Yeah.
For me at least, because this movie really reminded me, for me at least, that I was a Luke guy. That I can't kill these things.
Well, did you find his story interesting? Like, just the fact that
I understood it.
Did you find it interesting, the fact that he had this terrible experience with his nephew and that kind of like changed his worldview? And
yeah, it's because it's growth. Doesn't mean it's the growth I wanted to see. But it's
so you
growth.
did think it was interesting.
Yeah, it kept my attention. That's not how I would have written it personally, but yeah, I was interested.
Personally, I just didn't care.
Well, then, yeah, if you didn't care, then that was very bad writing. Because you're not supposed to just not care about Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I should. Not that I didn't care at all. I didn't want him to die, but it's like Somebody just said they were sad when Luke Skywalker died at the end. I was sad. I was sad. I wasn't super invested in it.
Well, to me, it's still Luke Skywalker. Even if I'm not impressed with his character here, I still feel for his character throughout the entirety of the movie.
That's my thing. He didn't feel like Luke Skywalker to me. I didn't connect him with the Luke Skywalker of Return of the Jedi.
I still knew it was the same dude. Maybe
Mark Hamill,
right?
He didn't remind me in any other way that it's the same character, though.
Well, for me, I could tell that was Luke Skywalker, just a very different person. If I'm different in the past, like I'm very different from when I was 18, but I'm not a completely different person. You would still know who I am, I would think.
Yes.
But maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you'd be like, that's a completely different person.
Last Jedi Luke Skywalker was a completely different person than Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker.
Absolutely. No disagreements there.
I don't know.
I don't have a problem with him dying. I would have preferred he not died. But I think it was fine. I think he's going to have a bigger... I think the point may be that he's going to have a bigger impact as a Force Ghost in the next movie.
Maybe. So, what...
oh my god.
I don't know. Well, here's one thing, is he's going to martyr himself. That's what he's going to do, right?
Yes.
There's something in me that feels like I would have been more satisfied had he physically gone to Crate and martyred himself in person instead of expending his energy projecting this image.
Don't think he could get there, though. If I'm remembering correctly, this isn't something I actually noticed in the movies, but I think somebody pointed out that his X-Wing was broken.
Boy, he couldn't have fucking tagged along with...
Oh, God. Well, he didn't make his decision before she just dipped, which made that whole entire experience just unsatisfying. There was
so much garbage writing in that movie that just, was convenient bullshit. They could have added some convenient... If you're gonna do that, they could have made that shit fucking convenient and just said, oh, Luke stowed away in the Millennium Falcons. Oh, I never thought I'd be stowing myself here. They could have easily done that shit.
You're right.
I don't know.
To me, part of the dissatisfaction comes with just what happened. I was not satisfied with the way the whole thing with Rey turned out. I felt like it was a waste of my time.
It was a letdown.
Come on, open.
It's a tease. It's just a tease is all it is.
Oh, shit. I don't know
what
where
do you
this
mean with Rey?
is.
You mean
him beat her whole trip there.
Yeah. Everything about Rey in that movie was just a tease. With the end of the episode 7, she meets with Luke, and we expect her to train, right?
Yeah, that's what we think she's there for.
In episode 7, they make a big deal about her legacy. They imply that she's got an important backstory, which ends up not being the fact.
There's a lot of things that we thought were important that turned out to just not be important at all.
It's just a tease, I don't have a problem with my expectations not proving to be accurate. I don't want you to fucking tease me, man.
Well, I mean, it's just I think the biggest problem with what you're saying, there was a disconnect. Oh, shit, really? I should be able to make that. Yep. There's a disconnect between
3PO,
J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson. They obviously did not have the same things in mind, and that's a problem. All right, well. All right. Oh shit! Cool. I still have the upgraded blaster for some reason.
Oh, so we keep the upgrades for Han?
Yeah, I guess we didn't for Luke, but then we did for Han. Okay. Oop, that's not good.
Han. We kept the upgrades for Han.
Jesus, what am I supposed to do with this? Oh, I think I can destroy it. Yeah, I can. Come on. Someday, maybe. There. Wow.
Yeah,
that was a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, but you're right. I mean, it comes down to just a lot of bad writing. I know people disagree that really like the movie. Like, oh, this is the biggest problem I have with some of the supporters. It's okay to say you like the movie for X and Y reason. Do not tell people that say, oh, for the people who didn't like it, you missed the point. You can't miss the point of bad writing. If it's bad writing, it's bad writing. It's nothing to do with somebody's opinion of like, it's one thing to say, oh, I wish Luke wouldn't have died. Sure, that's an opinion, and you could do it a lot of different ways, I think. Even if you wouldn't do it the way he did it. But, like, bad writing is kind of more objective than that. Oh, God damn it, really? And there's a lot of it in that movie. Where it's just like, what is going on here? And that's what makes it very frustrating. Like the casino, which I will get to on the next episode of Students of Gaming. That shit show for, 30 minutes? 30 minutes just of our life wasted on that bullshit? Alright, class dismissed.